My name is Sam Hunt and I'm a member of the Oregon and California Trails Association. We are standing in historic Arrow Rock, Missouri. Arrow Rock was the name of a prominent flint-bearing bluff on the Missouri River, and the name first appeared on a French map from 1732 as Pierre à Flèche, meaning rock of arrows. So why is Arrow Rock a part of our trail story, and why does it matter? Well, besides being a prominent early settlement on the frontier, it was the location of a ferry across the Missouri River. There were no bridges at that time, where the Santa Fe Trail crossed in the route from Franklin to Santa Fe, Mexico. During the first half of the 19th century, this region of central Missouri was called Boone's Lick Country, so named for the Boone's Salt Lick about 4 miles east of Arrow Rock across the river in adjacent Howard County. The term lick derived from the wildlife licking salt from the ground around the tiny, briny springs. Nathan and Daniel Morgan Boone, sons of famed frontiersman Daniel Boone, manufactured salt here from 1805 to 1812, shipping it to St. Louis. Their partners and co-operators, James and Jesse Morrison, continued the salt business until 1833. By 1815, a ferry was established at the site of Arrow Rock for westbound settlers pouring into the area, crossing the Missouri River on the Arrow Rock Ferry. Santa Fe trading caravans departing from Franklin began crossing at the ferry in 1821 and continuing along the south bank of the river toward Independence, Missouri, crossing into what is now Kansas at New Santa Fe, the last place to buy liquor, and toward Gardner, where the trail turns south across the plains. Gardner is also the famous junction where the Oregon and California trails split from the original Santa Fe route. The town was founded in June of 1829 and originally called Philadelphia. Settlers in the Arrow Rock area were predominantly migrants from the upper south of Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. During the town's early decades, it was the site of a slave market, and the auction block continued to stand on the river bluff in front of the J. Houston Tavern for many decades after the Emancipation Proclamation. Much of the town's infrastructure, such as the massive stone gutters lining Main Street, were built by enslaved African Americans. Arrow Rock's population peaked at 1,000 by 1860. Even as late as 1872, the town was considered one of the busiest river ports between St. Louis and Kansas City, Missouri. Arrow Rock failed in its bid to secure a rail line and a bridge across the Missouri River. The town was swept by disastrous fires in 1864, 72, and 1901, and by the turn of the 20th century, the population had declined to around 300. Years later, the Missouri River shifted away from the channel that early explorers had traveled, and the ferry across the Missouri River continued to operate until 1927. It closed because bridges had been built at Boonville and Glasgow. John Sappington was born in 1776 to Dr. Mark and Rebecca Sappington in Havre de Grace, Maryland. He imported cinchona bark from Peru and manufactured and sold quinine pills to treat malaria and other fevers common to the area. The substance used to create quinine has been used to treat malaria in South America and Europe since the 17th century. But Sappington developed a pill using quinine to treat the associated fevers. Beginning in 1832, he marketed these as Dr. Sappington's anti-fever pills, an early proprietary patent medicine. Gradually, he also instructed some of his relatives and salesmen to take the pills to prevent malaria, and soon the pills were in demand for treatment of malaria across the country, especially in the South. In addition, traders and immigrants on the Santa Fe Trail, which head was near Arrow Rock, purchased the pills for their long trips south and west. Today, Arrow Rock is a charming historic village of several hundred residents, maintaining much of the original architecture and charm of the period in which it was built. Come discover your trail in historic Arrow Rock.